Oh god, I don't... Did it start up again? Okay, I just got a welcome to chat again message, so maybe it started up again? I mean, I never lost connection on my side of the internet. I never lost, like, in the game, so... I know it wasn't an internet error, it was an OBS error. Yeah, god, we lost this match bad. Alright, let's figure out if I'm broken here. Okay, I am back. I am back. That does look to be true. Okay. It started a brand new stream, of course. So, yeah, I couldn't... God, why do I always cut out when... This is the second time this happened, and I can't edit them together because the audio always desyncs, and I don't know why. It drives me crazy. But, whatever. Let's continue onwards. Sure. Whatever. So, as I was saying last part, we, Castlevania. So I was talking about Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, or Curse of the Moon, I mean. I may have even talked about this last Splat chat. Where I watched, the Angry Video Game Nerd and Ego Raptor's Castlevania videos, again, before Simon Belmont was even announced, back in, like, early July, maybe even late June. And I was like, you know, no, it must have been mid-July. But I busted out my NES Classic and was like, you know, I'm gonna play the original Castlevania, because I had never played it or beaten it. I've never played or beaten any Castlevania games. So I started it, I got like 3 levels in, and I just got so stuck. I just couldn't beat it. I just couldn't get any farther. So I set it down, and then when Simon Belmont was announced in Smash, I was like, well, hey, this is as good of an excuse as any to get back into it. Play it some more. So that's exactly what I did. I booted up, I got past the part I was stuck on, and instead found an entirely new part to be stuck on. So, you know that one... There's the one hallway in Castlevania that's kind of infamously difficult? Yeah, I did that one. That wasn't hard. Well, it was hard, but it wasn't like as hard as I was expecting it to be. Where I really struggled was in, after you beat the hallway, you have to fight death. Now, there's a trick using, I want to say, holy water to beat death. I think it's holy water. I didn't have holy water, though. I had the cross. So, I had the cross, and if I took 2 hits, I died. It took me upwards of an hour, I think. With just the cross, I learned every minute detail of his attack pattern, where to stand to get him to move to exactly where I wanted to. It probably took me like 45 minutes, but I did it. I beat death with the cross, 2 hits. I went through the next level. I went through the entire thing only taking like a single hit. I'm on Dracula. I have a save state right before Dracula. I know how to beat him. I just cannot beat him. I've probably spent another hour on him, and no matter what I try, I cannot beat Dracula. I mean, I haven't tried in, admittedly, like 2 weeks. But, yeah, I was struggling so much. I was hoping to at least get the thing out before I died. But yeah, that was another thing I did that's the last game I can think of. Even though once I beat that, I'm probably gonna start Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania. Because, you know, why not? God, that dynamo killed me. We were doing so good as well. That dynamo's gonna screw us over. Where did... Oh my god, they have fast swing speed. Oh my... We were doing so good, and then right there in the end, we all died and we lost it. Ah, that was going so well. Nope, we took far too much. We were in their base, just dominating them. And then, nope, we lost it, and... It's going so good, too. But, yeah. Let's see. Next up, so a while ago, the developers of A Hat in Time said, oh, A Hat in Time is made in like Unreal Engine 4 or Unreal Engine 3, one of them, and that doesn't support Switch. So the likelihood of them porting A Hat in Time to Switch is very minimal, right? Or they said it just wasn't going to happen. But I want to say last week they announced A Hat in Time is coming to Switch. Now, I know some people are miffed at them that, I guess when people were port begging, which I'm still against in theory, that, they were rude to a bunch of Switch fans about the port begging, which I kind of understand. But I'm all the better for it. Hat in Time is one of those games that deserves to be on a Nintendo console. Right, because it has its legacy rooted in like the N64, and I'm just glad it's here. I don't know when it's going to come out. I think they're saying, I think they say 2018, or they may have just left it at a generic coming soon. I'm not expecting it until next year, but that's cool that it's actually happening. I'm assuming they're getting like a third-party developer, like a Panic Button, even though it's probably not Panic Button to do it. But I am happy it's coming. Another game that finally got a release date, Dark Souls 4. Or just, not Dark Souls 4, just Dark Souls. Dark Souls finally got a release date. It's funny, so I have a calendar where I keep track of like game releases and whatnot, and in my calendar I had Dark Souls release date. I had like a fake release date for it. The fake release date was a week before their official release date. So, like, I think it comes out, it's like October 19th, and I had it October, like, 12th or 11th. Whatever. But, yeah, no, yeah, and it's cool we're getting that. It's cool we're getting the amiibo. I'm worried about the quality of the port. I don't know. Something about it worries me. It's hopefully nothing. Oh my god, they were right there. Yeah, it's hopefully nothing. It may be something though. Only time will tell. Yeah, that also got a release date, and then yeah. Well, we'll see. I will pick that one up, probably. I don't know. You know, my thing is, I have to save up so much money for Smash Bros. Because Smash Bros is, what, 60, and then Amiibo are, like, I want to say it's like, God, I want to say it's 45 for just, like, 3 of them. Because Amiibos went up like $4 in price, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it really does add up over time. But yeah, so I have to save up. Now, I admit I have not really bought that many games this year. That's also a truth. I've bought more games this month than I think I have the rest of the year. Because the only other games I bought this year are Celeste, Kirby, I think that's it. And just this month I bought Xenoblade, or not Xeno, I bought like Minute, right? I just, overall I bought more games this month, all indie games, than I have in the past, like, rest of the year. That's my main takeaway here. Well, no, I'm exaggerating. let's see. What's my next topic? Yep, I can't. You know, it's funny. This second part's gonna be way shorter because I've basically talked about everything. It's gonna be, God, less than 20 minutes. Maybe half an hour. Let's talk about Nintendo as a company. So there were two things here with Nintendo. Well, let's start off with the smaller one. Just Nintendo general stuff with their Switch. They were talking about oh my gosh, my throat. Oh. They were talking about the design philosophy of the Switch's UI and how, I guess it's only like 200 kilobytes to run? That's nothing. Oh, that is nothing. Holy shit. That's why there's no themes. That's why it looks so bad. I'm gonna be honest, it's not that great. Because which, I mean, I know there's a big thing in gaming that consoles used to be good at, but they're less and less good at. Even the Switch has this problem, kind of, where you put a game in a console, it just turns on and it works. Right? You buy a game, you turn it on, it works. As time goes on, though, consoles need updates, right? First day download, right? A launch patch, right? There's always this kind of stuff in consoles, or at least there have been recently. How do I even get up there? Here we go. But I just think it's way too little. People want themes, people want a web browser, which by the time the next Splat chat happens, presumably, maybe, hopefully, well, not hope, you know, just eventually, Nintendo's going to have launched its online service. Because they pushed it back from early September to late September. Nintendo has no confidence in their online service. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nope, this is going to end terribly. Well, I just barely hit that person. And then they have no confidence in it. This can only end poorly. Right? I'm not the only... I know, I think actually people who are positive on the online are actually the minority here. Just because of how this seems to be turning out. I have so little... I know ye of little faith, but it's true. Does anyone expect this to be good? I don't think so. It's gonna be a Nintendo. They don't know how to make a console. They don't know how to run a business. They don't know how to do online. But damn, do they know how to make games. But they don't know anything else. Guarantee of that. So they'll screw it up. They'll find a way. I mean, they already have. What am I saying? There are talks though that it may. They seem to be hinting that there's some sort of like online browser with it. Which, if that's true, that's really cool. That's important. Oh god, I was hoping to get both of them before I died. My god, we were doing so good, and then they just toppled our area. You go after them. You're better equipped than I am. Oh shit, we both got it. We probably not. We've taken too much. We've lost too much of our own base here. No, we lost too much of our own base there at the end. Yeah, god no. Yeah, if we had taken back that part, the part near our side, definitely, but we just didn't. They killed two of us right there. That kill changed a lot. But yeah, Nintendo Online. No faith. No faith. It's going to be disappointing. They keep talking about online NES games. Nobody asked for this. I cannot think of a single person who was like, I want to play Zelda on my, I want to play Zelda online with my friend where we switch controller back and forth for no fucking reason. Nobody asked for this. No, this is not going to end well. I mean, okay, so I don't remember the entire Miyamoto. So Miyamoto had an interview recently, I think at Gamescom, where he talked about loot boxes and how it's a terrible idea, right? And all that, right? Showing that Nintendo's the only good developer left. I mean, God, even Squeenix, one of the few others where I was like, they're not bad. Even they're on board with the whole live services. No, God. But I think even he kind of said something along the lines of, right, we need like a subscription style service, or maybe he was against subscriptions. I don't know. But Nintendo needs to do their Netflix Virtual Console. Not what we currently have of this, hey, 30 NES games and you can play them online. No. Just every NES game. We need to be able to, a Netflix style service where you can play every NES game ever made and have them all there at launch. Don't take 5 years to get Pokemon Snap. Have Pokemon Snap on there like within a year. Get GameCube. People have been asking for GameCube. God, Nintendo, you don't know how to run a business. You're idiots. You can't prove me otherwise. They're idiots. Well, I don't, part of me thinks that, like, someone like Reggie knows what he's doing. Like, I believe Reggie and some of the people in Nintendo of America do, but the people of Nintendo of Japan do not get it. At all. Give that one a go. Oh gosh, they were right behind me. But yeah, Nintendo, nope. Which, speaking of NES games and, right, getting all the NES games, the emulator paradise stuff. So Nintendo, right, potential lawsuit, emulator paradise, which have always skirted the verge of legality. I've always taken the Jim Sterling defense of, hey, if Nintendo's not going to offer it legally, screw them, just do it illegally. That's always kind of been my stance on this. Right, just, screw Nintendo. If they're not gonna make NES classics available, which they have gotten better at, admittedly. But film has had, like, in the Miyamoto thing, he talked about how, oh, the music industry struggled, right? They had a bunch of mistakes, but they learned, they got better, right? Or, well, it's not they got better, but they've suffered from them. We need to see what the music industry has done wrong and not make the same mistakes. But one of the things is not just the music industry, the film industry as well. The film industry had a bad problem. It still in some ways does, where, like, keeping old films alive. You have things like, yeah, the Disney Vault or whatever the hell it's called, but there's that one movie, I want to say it's March of Napoleon or something, where the movie was like 9 hours long, but like a bunch of it, not all of it, but like, I want to say like 4 hours of it have just been lost to history. No, that's not a good thing. We need to prevent that from happening, and shutting down of emulation websites like this is making it easier for, God, oh my God, exactly what, the second we all went over there, I was like, nope, they're gonna all come in, and they're gonna storm our palace, and we lost. Oh my God, no way in hell did we not win. Or did we win? No, this was terrible. We may have taken part of their base, but they took it right back. We made no progress. Oh my God, this was a disaster. We were all trapped on their side, and they just came over to our side and just took it all. Terrible. Terrible. But yeah, I think it was a terrible idea for Nintendo to shut down MU Paradise. Yeah. I mean, I see why they did it, but you need to at least make an effort to preserve these games, to make them available. But no, of course they're not. They're just going to do some shitty online service doing things we didn't ask for because nobody asked for it. Let's be honest, nobody wanted online NES games. I mean, okay, you could make something out of, hey, I can play Zelda 1 with a friend, right? We can both play the game at the same time. But that's not what they're doing. Instead, it's, hey, you can trade the character back and forth. It also doesn't help that their online app is still garbage. Right? I mean, they haven't updated it since, I want to say October? I want to say, yeah, it's been that long. And the only thing you can do in it is still Splatoon. They haven't made a single change to it. Hey, we're seeing this map again for the first time in ever. And I like this. I like this map as well. All the maps in this rotation are good. Well, I don't know entirely how. I think the Salt Shifty Stations is okay. Some of it really works. Some of it doesn't. I feel like it all goes down to whoever takes the middle. Right? If one person takes the middle, they win. Which I know, right? Like, look at this map. This middle is a long, open middle. The other map, it's just a freaking square. With a platform that shifts up and down that really doesn't change anything. I don't feel like whether you have the center and you can get locked behind, which I think the locking is an interesting mechanic. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are definitely worse shifty stations. I think of, there was one where the entire center was like a wheel. Terrible shifty stations. Worst. I still think it's maybe the worst one. Was it? Yeah, it was like a, yeah, it was like an ink brush that like pitched from one side to the other, and I want to say it locked itself somewheres in there. Like it locked itself with like 30 seconds to go. Terrible idea. Wow, neither of us could hit each other. We're both terrible. Let's see, I need to open my list up again. You know what I'll talk about? If you didn't, so I'll talk about the Dead Cell scandal, because this is sad. So, well, it's sad, but it's also just stupidity. The guy plagiarizes a YouTuber, Boomstick Gaming, in his review of, I think it was Dead Cells, right? A Metroidvania game that looks good, and honestly, the controversy makes me want to play it more, but knowing me, I won't. Wow, that killed me quick. Only I'd killed him faster. Yeah, the controversy makes me want to play the game more, even though knowing myself, I won't. Yeah, maybe if it ever goes on sale. Just not a Metroidvania guy. But he plagiarizes the review, gets caught, doesn't apologize because, well, and I saw it kind of like he can't apologize and admit he plagiarized, because if he does, that just, I mean, his career should already be dead forever, basically, but if he, like, actually admits it, then he can get into, like, real, like, legal trouble, which isn't happening. But then the stupid part of his apology is he literally challenges Kotaku to, like, find more evidence of him plagiarizing, because they found he plagiarized, like, FIFA 18. And, it's so, they just kept finding more stuff, and then IGN took down all of his reviews. Funny as, he was, that's so, I mean, good. I mean, any publicity is good publicity. It's good publicity for Dead Cells. It's good publicity for Boomstick Gaming. I wonder how high he's jumped in subscribers. But yeah, no. This is, I mean, don't get me wrong. Game reviewing is not easy. I mean, yeah. But, I mean, it's not like IGN makes Joseph Anderson videos. They make, theirs is a lot more simpler. You do not need to plagiarize for an IGN video. No. IGN's criticism is a lot simpler than, yeah, Joseph Anderson. Who, God, I wonder what his God of War review is up to, like 3 hours. His Fallout reviews like over a total of like 2 videos. His Fallout reviews are almost like 4 hours, I think. Yeah, I know. Joseph Anderson puts in the work. Good stuff. I mentioned him earlier with Minute and Hollow Knight, where I picked up Hollow Knight on his recommendation. I have not seen his Hollow Knight video. Well, yeah. But no, he had a very stellar... He said it on the Co-optional podcast that it was his game of the year, so that alone was enough for me. Even if he can find flaw in it, which... But yeah. It's crazy to see something like that happen. I feel like... Well, the craziest part of the story to me is still the whole, hey, okay, find more evidence, where he just told Kotaku to find more evidence of him plagiarizing. That was stupid, because he self-owned himself and threw himself under the bus. Idiot. Why is it? There's one over there, isn't there? Ah, shit, I was hoping they weren't gonna find me. I know I have at least one more topic before we end it off. I just cannot check my thingy right now. Alright, let's see what we got. I know there's one more. Oh yeah, more Smash Bros. I said more Smash Bros. Let's end it off with some more Smash Bros. My main talking point this time around. So I was like, last time it was Amiibo. This time, I want to talk about Echo Fighters. Who are we going to get for future Echo Fighters? Because I feel like now that they're no longer called clones and they're called Echo Fighters, people are a lot more accepting of them. And I just, like, if you're going to make this the best game... much like Melee, because wasn't like half of Melee's characters like what you'd call clones or Echo Fighters? That's what basically locked Ganondorf into being a clone of Captain Falcon for years, right? But Echo Fighters, how many more are we gonna get? I'm expecting at least 5 more. I know that seems like a lot, but they're Echo Fighters. They're very similar to their original. What they'll be, I'm not entirely sure. I can almost guarantee at this point, Shadow the Hedgehog. He just makes sense. The assist trophy hasn't been seen yet. It makes sense for him to be there. Now, I know assist trophy, like, oh my god, have you seen the post about the Ashley fan? Where she's like, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, but it was, I will kill Sakurai because Ashley isn't in the game. Oh my god, they care way too much. While Luigi fans are just as bad, at least Shovel Knight fans are like, yeah, no, good for him. It sucks he wasn't a character, but you know, good for him. I don't care, you know. Well, I wanted him in the game, but as long as we don't get Sans, I'm happy. I don't think we're gonna get Sans. But Echo Fighters, who else? Another Fire Emblem Echo Fighter. Actually, there is a Fire Emblem Echo Fighter could be an Echo for Robin, Celica, and her gimmick, because her gimmick would be kind of like Celica mixed with or Robin mixed with Pichu, where she has unlimited magic attack, but because Robin's limited by his books and whatnot, Celica isn't, but instead her magic attacks hurt her, kind of like Pichu. Because I think that's how it works in Shadows of Valencia. Never played the game, so I wouldn't know. But that would be an interesting twist on a character. I know we have Pichu, but I mean, if Chrom is a clone of both Ike and Roy, sure, anything goes at this point. And again, it's still, I mean, it's not just another sword fighter. At least they're throwing magic into the equation. Oh my god, I could not hit them for the life of me. Who? There are so many other Echo Fighter. There's talks of Miss Pac-Man. Why does the ink up there look so not it looked very dark? There are rumors of an Echo Fighter, or there was. Miss Pac-Man? I don't know how I feel about that one. I just feel like she'd be too similar to Pac-Man. I mean, they could totally make Miss Pac-Man a costume for Pac-Man. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Kind of like what they did with Owl for, the male Wii Fit trainer. I think that'd be fine. I don't know how there's gonna be there's usually one distinct difference with an Echo Fighter, but there wouldn't be with, right? Who else? Proto Man as an Echo Fighter for, what's his name? Mega Man. Duh. I also don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, if you were going to do a Mega Man, I don't know if Proto Man would be the best choice. I'd much rather have... Well, it wouldn't be an Echo Fighter, but I'd much rather have Bass as a character. Well, what you gonna do? I know there are others. There's also a Smash, I know some people call it leaks, but it's rumors. And it's really, I remember looking at it and being like, really? People are taking it seriously, and I'm like, really? It's not that great. I mean, if the game could have just been a port of Wii U and I'll be happy, but I remember seeing it and thinking, really? Really? This is the one everyone's, decided to latch onto? I wish I could remember what was in it. But it was not the great... It just made no sense. God, I can't think of any more. Let me do a quick Google while I'm thinking about it. Oh, yeah. Isabelle as an Echo Fighter of, Villager. Again, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I'm on board with Isabelle. I just don't know if there's enough there. Funky Kong as an echo of Donkey Kong? No, thank you. Diddy Kong as an echo of Dixie? Nah. I just don't... I mean, yes, Echo, they don't have to be that different, but... no, thank you. I'm good. There's a Ness one of a character... Is he from the, Mother 1? Because, or Earthbound Beginnings in the West. Nobody calls it that. Is that what that character is? Because I've never seen him before. And I've never played Mother 3. I'll fully admit that. That's a game that I want to come out. I will not play unless it comes out in the West. But it will never come out in the West. They joke about it all the time. It'll never happen. Hilda as an echo for Zelda. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. An Octoling as an echo for Inkling. I also don't think that's... If that was going to happen, I think we would have seen it by now. I think we would have seen it along Daisy. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Galactonite. That one would actually be kind of cool. I'd be down for Galactonite. I guess we'll talk about new characters for a few seconds. And then Ken as an echo of Ryu. Sure. Sure. Why not? Why not? Oh, the map's updated. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, wow, it's been almost 2 hours. Let's see. Any more rumor? I know there was a set of rumors for Smash Ultimate. I just don't remember where it was. I'm just looking for a list here. Let's see, what are Snapper Canal, Fine Map, Don't Care for Everyone them all, Warrior and Secretary. We don't have an Archer character, so yeah, that list means nothing. K. Rool. Oh, Decidueye as Archer, Secretary, Warrior, Simon Belmont, Mac Chibi Romo. You know, let's talk about 3 new characters just because I'm thinking about it. Yeah, okay, I do remember this. So there is rumor. So if you look at the list of characters, every company has 2 characters, with the exception of, I want to say, Sega and Square Enix. Sega only... No, wait, Bayonetta is a Sega character. Yeah, that's right. Even though, as far as I'm concerned... You know, it's funny. It's gotten to the point where, Sonic, Mega Man, and, Sonic, Mega Man, and what's the other character? Bayonetta, all just... Even though they're technically... Well, Mega Man and Sonic are... third party and Bayonetta second party, they just fit in so well with our first party characters. I basically link them as interchangeable. But Bayonetta is technically second party, so you know, whatever. But that Square only has Cloud. So of course since Smash Ultimate seems to be doing a lot of highly requested characters, right, from the West, see Ridley and K. Rool. What if we finally get Gino? Reasonable. Honestly, I can see that happening. Gino as a character. I know he's not that big of a... I feel like Gino love, much like K. Rool love, has kind of been dying over time. Just because he seems less and less likely as time goes on. But hey, K. Rool made it in, so maybe there is hope. I'd be down for Gino. I would. I'm trying to remember, who did I vote for in the ballot? I know I voted for Shovel Knight. That was probably it. Hey, made it an assist trophy. I count that as a win. Oh my god, I was trying to hide on that block. That was a terrible job at hiding. But, the other character... So, I said this during the stream. Not including Echo Fighters, only including originals, I expect maybe 4 or 5 more, like I said. I expect a Direct in September, like a Nintendo Direct. They'll reveal 1 new character, I expect a I expect maybe a Smash Bros. Direct or some type of direct in October or something. Another Nintendo Direct in well, basically I'm expecting one character a month up until the reveal of the game. Right, so 4 or 5, nothing, well, nothing in December, obviously. But one character, so one for September, one for October, and one for November. Maybe 2 in November as part of, like, a Smash Bros. Direct. I don't know how they do it, but you see where I'm coming from here? And there is talk, Elma. So, I guess an update came out for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 today that added Elma into the game. That's really cool. Again, I never beat Xenoblade Chronicles X. I just couldn't. You know, it's funny. Yeah, I was enjoying it, and it actually like hooked me. There was one moment where I was like, "Oh shit!" Kind of like what happened in the first Xenoblade Chronicles. And I was like, "Oh wow!" But even with that, I just never continued on with it. Nope. I played for maybe another 5-10 hours and then just stopped. I tried again last year and then just couldn't do it. But there is talk of Elma. And I think Elma would... Yeah, sure. She's basically the main figure of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Sure. The other talked about character is Rex and Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Some people are saying, oh, the game was released too, the game started, right, the development cycles don't match for Smash Bros. And, right, they're too close together. You know that argument's invalid because of Greninja, right? We all know that. Greninja! I mean, he was just a concept when Sakurai started adding him to the game. And I mean, Rex and Pyra could have been the last characters added. Who knows? I can see it as a possibility. I can. They're probably my next biggest request. Like, they're the ones, even though I have not beaten Xenoblade Chronicles, and from what people tell me, people want Pyra, but not Rex, but let's be honest, if they're going to come as a package. Let's be real here. Or people would even want Pyra and Mithra, which, I'm so early into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that I haven't even seen Mithra yet. And I think there's like a third Aegis? I'm not far enough in the game. Also, as part of the Xenoblade update, did they add a character from Xenosaga? Is that it? People are talking about, like, oh, how the game's all here now with a character I don't recognize, and I'm like 80%, and yeah, I'm 80% sure they weren't in Xenoblade, right, they weren't in any of the other games. And the only other games I know, Monolith did with the Xeno thing was Xenogear and Xenosaga. But Xenogear is owned by, Squeenix? So they can't put a character in there. But they put a character from Xenosaga? Is that it? Something like that. That's cool if they did. Again, I haven't even bought the DLC. Is the DLC even out yet? Is it only up for pre-order? I don't know. Again, I prefer to beat the game before. I prefer to, beat the game before I bought the DLC. Which, God, it'll take me a year to beat the game. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I won't lie. There was one other... But yeah, I'd be happy with all 3 of those. And then the other character, I guess while I'm thinking about it, I think I've talked about this before. Bandana D. Bandana D, just... Sure, I know... For some reason, people think Sakurai has a Kirby bias, even though there are literally only 3 Kirby characters in the game. That's nothing. And yeah, I think Bandana D would be a cool one, either Bandana D or Marks. But I think Bandana D has a stronger argument, even if Game Explains disagrees. Yeah, that video, oh my god. All of their, like, Real Talk videos, or at least that one, just made a counter argument. Like, everything, they were like, oh, this is why Bandana D shouldn't be in the game. I'm like, you're literally doing the exact opposite of what your argument is. You just made a great argument for the character. I don't get those videos at all. But we'll see. We'll see. Those are all I expect. Or not... I don't expect... Honestly, if the game were just to come out now with what it currently has, or like I said, if they had just ported the Wii U version, I would be happy no matter what. The more the merrier, though. And like 5 more echoes. I couldn't think of... We covered a few. Some are more likely than others. Some I do not care for at all. Let's see. Oh, Rhythm Heaven. Yeah, Rhythm Heaven. That'd be a... Yeah, I'd be down for Rhythm Heaven. Sure. I'm not a fan. I don't like rhythm games at all, but I'd be down for Rhythm Heaven. Yeah, sure. Nin10 from Earthbound Beginnings. That was the character I was thinking of. Chibi Robo. Would Chibi Robo be... He's not popular enough. I mean, if he had more than one game that was like his original game, which I've played the original Chibi Robo, it's really enjoyable. I had a lot of fun with it. I wish they'd do another game like that, but instead they made a stupid platformer nobody asked for. Spoon 2 Fork Expansion. I actually like that. I can't. That's just more Smash Bros. Yeah, Smash Bros. We're gonna end it off here. I basically we went for 2 hours. That's not bad for me. Even though the stream crashed like an hour in. Actually, how long in was it? Yeah, about an hour in. Forks, spoons, how barbaric. See, boom, chopsticks. Great idea, like I said in the beginning. Small fry. Oh yeah, don't those things have frying pans? Fork or nothing. I still hope with the Pearl and Marina Splatfest, Pearl is on Team Marina and Marina is on Team Pearl. That would be that's just the greatest idea. Oh my god, is that a Room reference? Freaking love the Room, yeah. Yep. Yacht Club Games actually tweeted about Spoon being on Team Spoon. Yep, I'm on board with that. Fork. Did you see the art for the Splatfest where it was yeah, Pearl in like the barbarian outfit and Marina in the knight outfit? Really? It's actually one of my favorite arts from these Splatfests. Time for... There's always the stupid Discord servers. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but I'm not participating, but good luck, Team Fork. Squid bag me. Yeah, what happens if someone joins a team but never plays? Does that count negatively or positively towards their team? Triple knife. Is that a reference? I'm just thinking of Triple Deluxe. Spoons were the professor's failure. Yeah, this Splatfest, this stage was okay. Splatfest, yeah, it was fine. I felt like we didn't have that much to talk about. I spent like probably a good half of this thing talking about just Smash Bros. Because freaking Smash Bros. It's going to be interesting when Smash Bros. Comes out in December and this show turns into Smash and Chat. Which that's going to happen, by the way. I'm already planning this out. This is the first ever episode to use the Splat and Chat logo. It's Mark 1. I'm going to keep reworking on it. But hey, I have the first version of it. Which, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, that's all I got. Next week, we continue on with Twilight Princess. Do the second dungeon and continue on from there. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.